On my expedition across Greenland, I brought my MSR titanium 2-liter pot. This thing was completely invaluable because it's big enough, big enough to use as a helmet, but also big enough to melt snow, because that is the only way we could get water while crossing Greenland. Now, on a winter expedition where you only have to go overnight, it may be tempting to bring the 1-liter pot and put a little snow in, and I've seen people do that in jet boils with pretty good success. But me, when I'm out there and I really have to generate 4 and 5 liters of water, I definitely want my nice big pot. Now, these things don't weigh very much at all, so the temptation to save a little bit of weight just isn't worthwhile. Let me weigh this and I'll show you how much this weighs. All right, for the imperial folks of us, it is a mere 7 ounces. And for my gram friends, it is 200 grams. So really quite reasonable. But there's a big downside to this style pot. How are you gonna lift this sucker? It absolutely requires a pot handle. Without this pot handle, you simply can't lift this. And so you don't want to end up using your multi-tool, so you have to have the pot handle. Now, pouring water out can be a bit of a mess. I've spilled it. It is a bit of a challenge, so consider that as well. You cannot lose your pot holder, because then you're going to be using your multi-tool to pour water, and that's no good. Also, I use the MSR heat exchanger on my pot. Let me hook this up here. It's pretty slick. Now, some people would argue that it's not worth the weight and it transfers, but I have found that it does keep the sides of the pot hotter. It gives this a little bit better thermal mass, and it works better. I'll put links below to these items, but I don't know nowadays if they're available or there's something comparable, but I definitely love my titanium pot, even though it has a ding. And this is the whole rig that I use to melt snow, and I've melted, I don't know, hundreds of gallons of water with this pot in Antarctica, Greenland, the Rockies, Alaska, Denali, wherever. So definitely take the bigger pot, don't struggle. Some people actually bring a tea kettle, which is pretty slick, because when they're pouring the water out, it's very contained and you don't have a mess. But traditionally with the tea kettle, it's a much smaller neck. I like to have this much bigger neck, so I just kind of jam snow in there, mush it down and around, close it, and away I go. So that is an efficiency question that you need to answer. But this is my go-to pot for everything that I do in winter camping. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out links below to all the items in the video.